Hi, I'm Dr. Scott Peck, and I'm sitting here in my private office. It's a good place to talk to you about new choices for men, and one of those choices is choosing between passion and work. Now, I'm a good example. I have several full-time jobs. My chief money-making job is as a real estate agent, and I've often laughed that I've risen to the top of the wrong occupation, meaning I'm very successful, but it's a lot of work, and it's not very satisfying to my soul, although I have made it as satisfying as possible. You know, one of my passions is photography. You see the pictures in the background here, just on my screensaver, showing pictures. There's one from Uzbekistan, where I took a trip with my neighbor for 3 weeks as a photographer to Central Asia. My other passion is teaching love, and that's what I'm doing right now, talking to you about new choices for men. So one of the issues I think that's important is that I think for a lot of men there's a great struggle taking place between work and a job versus something they would like to be doing, and let's call that passion, their sole passion. And because so many men are locked into what they would call their job or their work, it carries a lot of burden, a lot of responsibility to earn money, to try to succeed, to do the right things to succeed. So it's very frustrating, and it's a lot of burden, and sometimes not a lot of happiness. So what happens when this man is in a relationship, like I am, married to Shannon, and carrying the weight of working full-time in something that they might not want to be working full-time in? And mind you, I'm making the best of real estate. My clients love me, and I love them, and I'm doing lots of things to make it valuable to me. But would I choose it as my passion? No. So I found that Shannon does a lot of things, that's my wife, that are mighty helpful to me. One, she asks me what's going on in my thinking, and she kind of sometimes has to drag it out of me, what's going on within real estate, and she shows an interest. And because of that, I talk about things that sometimes I'm just ruminating about, or wouldn't talk about, or don't have a solution for, and just getting it out on the table is helpful, and I find myself thinking of solutions just from her gentle probing. But she's the most effective. There she is. We're at Mount Shasta together, and she's collecting rocks and bringing all of them down the mountain in her coat. When she's not trying to help me solve a question, but just listening, I feel the greatest sense of ease, because then it just helps me to tune in to my own thinking and have solutions to come forth. But Shannon has also been amazingly supportive of my passion, and I think this is a good thing, that men can help other men appreciate their passion, and women who are in a relationship with men can help them get in touch with their passion. Shannon knows how much I love photography, and I went on a trip with a real famous digital photographer for a weekend, and she came with me. And I had so much fun learning. It advanced my photography by about 10 years of what it would have been on my own. And that was an example where we had a little vacation together, but it was part of her nurturing my soul passion, and part of me nurturing my soul passion. If you're a man listening to this tape, I encourage you to ask yourself, what really fulfills your heart that you want to do, and to start separating your life from just thinking of work versus passion to what you can do while you're working to develop your passion. I can take pictures whenever we go on vacations, and our house is full of all these pictures you're seeing blown up as big, huge pictures on our wall that remind us of all the friends we've had and the beautiful places we've been to. So when you start thinking, what is my purpose for being on earth? Why am I here? These are good questions for a man to ask himself for a woman too, but right now we're talking about new choices for men, to get in touch with what you want to contribute. And you don't have to have a status, you don't have to have income from doing it, you don't have to be recognized. I mean, I'm not publishing these pictures. They're as much for me to enjoy, but they brought a lot of joy to the people that I've interacted with too. And I'm really doing the love work that Shannon and I do. The books we've written, all the profits go to our nonprofit organization. This tape isn't producing a dime for me, and yet it's my passion to speak about love and to help men wake up to the new choices and to help women learn how to get along with men and open them up in a way that won't backfire. So I encourage you men to explore your passion and find some way to get your happy heart engaged in your life, even if it's 1 hour a week. It's amazing how it can sneak up on you. And women, I encourage you to be aware perhaps of, even a little more sensitively, to how much burden most men are carrying in the area of work, and how little in touch many men are, not all, with their passion, and maybe have given up hope that there is the possibility of them being fulfilled in expressing their passion. Imagine how wonderful our world would be if all men and all women were in touch with their passion and somehow bringing it to the forefront. And you know, this is a big issue for women just as men, because now women are working, many of them, full-time jobs, and have the same concerns about how can I express my passion, which may be to be with the family more, the kids. But this is a big issue for all of us addressed together. It's a new choice for men to choose passion, to choose soul fulfillment, and to work that into your life. I applaud you, and I support you, and I appreciate all that Shannon has done and is doing to make me feel good about myself, which is really kind of where it starts and where it ends, or it flourishes. So thank you, Shannon, and thank you all the men, all the women out there, for making the choice to move higher in your soul purpose.